Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ian, the part-time Dungeon Master again. Today on D20 Sundays, we're going to do a little bit of sharing. And sharing, I mean this thing. As you can see here, this is the glorious D30's little list of, a 30-day challenge. So I'm just going to go through the first 10. I've got it over here on my second monitor so I can see it. And, just kind of share a bit of where I came from and everything with you guys. So the first one is how you got started. Well, I was bumbling around a game shop up in a nearby city, and I just happened to see a group of guys sitting around a table playing a game. So obviously I got curious and wandered over and started asking questions. That's when I found out they were playing OD&D, the actual game that came out in 1974 with those books. A lot of them were scans of the original books, and not, obviously the original books, as those things are expensive these days. Just go look for original Dungeons & Dragons books. Some range from like $25 to well over $100, depending on the condition and who's selling them. But, I sat in on their session, and then the following session, I rolled up a character and started playing with them. And from there, it just kind of went ahead. So, that's how I started. Favorite PC race? I've always been partial to half-elf because they are like the right mix between that mystical, race of elves who are immune to sleep magic and charm magic, or, just something different. But at the same time, they are humans. They're a little more easier to kind of think of how they would act and so on. Not to mention, my first character was a half-elf. He was a half-elf thief back in the OD&D books. And we used a lot of homebrewed rules to make him. So, fun times. Favorite PC class. I don't even have to think about this. Thief/rogue. Okay? The thief or the rogue class is my favorite. Being able to sneak around and pull out something from my butt and deal a lot of damage or just cause so many shenanigans. That's what I like doing. Alright. Favorite game world. I've played in a number. I've played in Forgotten Realms. I've actually played the Dragon Age D20 game. I've played the Star Wars D20 and Saga. I've played Galarian, which is Pathfinder, Greyhawk. I've played so many, but I guess I would have to go with the classic of Greyhawk. While I like a lot of things, it's hard to beat a classic. Favorite die or dice? Where are they? Here they are. I got my favorite dice. I don't let anyone else touch these. I don't like them using them. Because, paranoia. Or superstition. I'm not sure which would be. I mean, it's hard to be called paranoid when you're right. They are this lovely black with red numbers and white speckles all over. Hold on a second. Ooh, excuse me. I won these in a D&D tournament where essentially you hold up a 5th level character and you PvP'd with other players. I know I didn't get like in the top 4, but I definitely got in the top 10. There was like a total of 30 people playing. Let's see. Favorite deity. That would be Pelor. Pelor for me is essentially a representation of fighting against the undead and using the light to defeat the undead, and it just seemed like such a classic way of classic fantasy way of destroying the undead was like emitting sunlight itself from your holy symbol. Favorite edition. 5th edition has grown on me. As I said, I started with OD&D. I've played 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 3.5, Pathfinder. I skipped over 4th because I read a good bit of it and it sucked. And then I wasn't a fan of D&D next, but I became a fan of 5th edition after it got, sorted out and everything. So I think my favorite edition out of all of them, though, would be Pathfinder. Pathfinder would be my favorite edition. Meanwhile, there are still some things from the old editions that I like, such as, when you're rolling out your stats, you roll 3d6 in order, and you don't complain. Favorite PC of my own? Oric the Thief. Oric, that's O-R-I-C. Oric the Thief is pretty much my original character. He was what I started playing Dungeons and Dragons with. He is my favorite. I have plenty of others that I truly loved playing. I love playing Akos, who is my overlord. Unfortunately, not very many dungeon masters can handle Akos because of how he works. I liked Abner Firum, who was this half-orc that wanted to be, regarded as a proud knight, even though he was kind of a jerk. But, he had the training or the upbringing of a proper person. He had a very interesting backstory. Who else did I like? Danders Finkel. Danders Finkel was my only gnome character, and I enjoyed playing him for that one shot, even though I am never playing a gnome ever again. There's a whole reason behind that. I'm not getting into that right now. Favorite PC you'd like to play? Favorite PC I'd like to play? Oh. I guess my favorite I would like to play would probably be something... No. It's kind of a tough choice. There's a lot of different combinations that I've thought of over the years that I'd like to try. Some I've actually gotten to try, others I haven't. Let's go with Goblin Alchemist. There's a reason behind that. But I've never actually gotten to play my Goblin Alchemist, known as Dr. Eugene Fiddlesticks. I've only gotten to use him as an NPC. Never have actually gotten to play him. And for number 10, which is the last one we'll be doing today, craziest in-game experience. Oh man, craziest in-game experience. Let me think. There was the time that I tricked 2 goblins into believing that I had sealed their souls away on a piece of paper and they were mine to command forever. No, I got this. So, I had created a god. My rogue, my thief, actually, this was back during 2nd edition, I think. I mostly say 2nd edition because that's the one where I had the most experience. But, so, my titular rogue, my thief, Auric the Thief, he got separated from the rest of the party, got captured by a group of goblins. And while trying to convince them to let him go, he said that he was actually a herald to a god, a great god that, could give them such great bounties. And, okay, obviously a lie, but my rogue, charming silver-tongued devil he was, convinced the goblins that he was the herald of Bob, the god of crunchy bugs, not the soft ones. So, Bob, the god of crunchy bugs, not the soft ones, had such long things that they liked and disliked. I was somehow able to convince that small tribe of goblins that Bob, the god of crunchy bugs, not the soft ones, and you have to say the whole thing every time, was essentially watching over my thief, and that if they let me go and worshipped him, he would send them crunchy bugs, not the soft ones, which are good for stews. And somehow they believed me, and they let me go. And then, sessions later, I'd say, I think 10 sessions later, I was about to get hit, critically hit, by a spear that a bugbear was throwing at me. No, a gnoll. A gnoll was throwing at me. And a wall of crunchy bugs just scooped out of the ground and blocked the spear for me. If that spear hit me, it would have killed me. And I was like, wait, wall of bugs? And the dungeon master stopped everything for a moment to explain, you see, back when you convinced the goblins that you were the herald of Bob, the god of crunchy bugs, not the soft ones, they spread that tale to the other tribes, and thus to the other tribes. And more people, or goblins, began to believe that there was a god called Bob, the god of crunchy bugs, not the soft ones. And so many goblins believed it at this point that I had actually gained a level in cleric without even knowing about it. And that Bob, the god of crunchy bugs, not the soft ones, had become a real god. That would probably be my craziest game experience, and it was definitely revelation, the paladin of the group could not stand the thought. He was infuriated by the thought that I had done something like this. And my rogues, or my thieves' only, I guess, excuse was, I had to think of something. Anyways, that's for that. The 10. We'll do the next 10 next week as I try and gear this channel more towards Dungeons & Dragons more than anything, as that's what I want to do. And check out my other videos. Check out my videos on the World of Sariska and what I plan on doing with that. Catch you laters.